Corporate social responsibility and corporate governance. Hello, this is Michelle Endosa Carai and John Lester Quinto reporting. Corporate governance. It broadly refers to the manner through which companies are directed and controlled, and if handled appropriately, it should ensure that businesses operate successfully, legally, ethically, while remaining transparent and accountable to both internal and external stakeholders. Corporate social responsibility is essential to ensuring confidence in democratic market economies and thus so through strengthening the relationship between a company's management, its board, its shareholders, and other stakeholders. Corporate governance is the system by which companies are directed and controlled. Board of directors are responsible for the governance of their companies. The shareholders' role in governance is to appoint the directors and auditors and to satisfy themselves that an appropriate governance structure is in place. Among the common features of corporate governance code are leadership, accountability and transparency, relations with shareholders, effectiveness and capability, and sustainability, in which leadership is the board that holds collective responsibility for the long-term success of the company, with the responsibilities clearly divided amongst its members. Accountability and transparency, fair and balanced assessment of a company's prospects and progress should be produced and made available. Relations with shareholders. Measures should be taken to ensure that there is an open dialogue between shareholders, boards, and managers. Effectiveness and capability. Corporate boards and committees should have appropriate skills and knowledge of the company to scrutinize the corporation's activities and should ensure these are refreshed appropriately. Sustainability. Businesses should be guided to create and allocate value fairly and sustainability to reinvestment and distribution to shareholders. Then, what is corporate social responsibility and why has it become so important? For a clearer understanding, corporate social responsibility is essentially a voluntary commitment by companies to contribute to a better society and cleaner environment. A very broad definition of corporate social responsibility would then highlight that it concerns the actions through which a business successfully carries out its core function in a manner that does not actively harm stakeholders, communities, environment, and economies. Though numerous definitions of corporate social responsibility have been proposed, a number of common themes have emerged, including that it covers broadly of social issues and considerations, and that it largely refers to practices that are not addressed by legislation and state regulation, but which are brought about by voluntary business. One of the most popular views among scholars who conceptualize and create models depicting corporate social responsibility and its elements is Carroll's dimension. This perspective claims that businesses tend to adopt four types of social responsibility: economic, legal, ethical, and philanthropic. The economic dimension of social responsibility refers to the requirement upon businesses to make a profit through the provision of goods and services that consumers seek in the marketplace. In this view, organizations will be profitable, maintain a competitive position, and a high level of operational efficiency. The legal dimension expects business organizations to conform to the government's laws and regulations of the places within which they operate. Ethical responsibilities refer to those responsibilities that are not societal norms, that are not imposed by law and that involve adherence to the fundamental ethical principles of moral philosophy such as justice and human rights. Finally, Carroll touches on the philanthropic dimension, referring to actions which are not expected but which involve going above and beyond the business organization and doing good in a wider sense. This can include active participation in voluntary programs that promote human welfare or goodwill, from charities to the arts and education. Dalrud's 5 dimensions of corporate social responsibility: environmental, social, economic, stakeholder, and voluntariness. The environmental dimension is concerned with ensuring that business operations have environmental concern at the forefront of all their operations. The social dimension is represented that all business organizations must integrate both the social and the technical dimensions of their business operations. The economic dimension is, in its narrowest sense, is all about making profits. According to Carroll, the economic dimension in his pyramid is about operating for profit, while for Dalrud, this dimension contributes to how business organizations contribute to broader economic development in some way whilst ensuring that ability to generate profits. The stakeholder dimension is concerned with the relationships with those who have vested interest in the business organization, including investors, shareholders, employees, suppliers, and partners. The voluntariness dimension relates to actions which lie beyond the legal duties of the organization. Different areas of corporate social responsibility address the gains it can provide for a business. CSR is seen as corporate-level strategic objective that focuses on how acting responsibly can add value to the business and the brand. As an example, making the supply chain more efficient and therefore less damaging to the environment and less costly to the company, or CSR's role in retaining employees and building customer loyalty. In addition, CSR has been analyzed as a means through which businesses can respond to demands from stakeholders to avoid any ethical infractions. The business case for CSR incorporates a number of arguments: employee and customer satisfaction and loyalty, risk and reputation management, market position, operational efficiency. CSR is not universally accepted concept in business. While large business organizations tend to rely on high levels of standardization and formalization, smaller firms are more likely to follow an organic structure which rests on looser, more informal working relationships. While large organizations may make CSR an integral part of the business operations and adopt formal CSR strategies and policies, smaller businesses are often motivated by different factors. How CSR differs from multinational corporations to SMEs? For a large organization, implementation of CSR is part of formal strategy. It is also essential in the supply chain, and its effective management are also under pressure from shareholders and other interested parties to act in a responsible manner. While small and medium enterprise less likely to formalize procedures and focus on environmental and social responsibility, they have looser controls and are less likely to document procedures and processes. Corporate governance and CSR, a social contract between business and society. Corporate governance and CSR focus on the avoidance of exploitation of workers, communities, or resources transparent financial activities, and maintaining open relationships with stakeholders. CSR decisions are heavily influenced by governance characteristics, and further, these decisions can bring significant additional performance value for organizations. According to Forbes 100 List Online, the top companies with notable efforts in these areas are Microsoft. It provides access to education, employment, and entrepreneurship opportunities to millions of American youngsters. The type of CSR engagement is social progress. Google is noted for strong emphasis on employees' well-being and working environment it provides. Walt Disney World produces energy from waste products to reduce fossil fuel dependency. The BMW Group invested in HIV/AIDS initiatives in South Africa. Corporate social responsibility of top 10 corporations in the Philippines are San Miguel Corporation, Nestle Philippines, Accenture, Shell Philippines, Procter & Gamble, SM Investments, ABS-CBN Foundation Incorporated, Banco de Oro, Coca-Cola, and Unilever Philippines. Thank you.